Is everyone alright? Are we all here? The whole party is here, but Tamamo and Elma. The whole party is here. Tamamo and Elma are probably burrowed under the rubble. What's going on? What in the world were we just doing? What happened to the palace? What the hell? Everyone's returning to normal. That means that Tamamo might not be dead, but the effects of her magic are gone. Grangold is free. But our Tamamo, Elma, Mira Nerys too? Whew, I thought it was a goner. I'm all covered in dirt. That really caught me by surprise. By the way, I busted out everyone who was locked up in there. Yeah, you can tell we're still in part 2, because in part 3 we would have some deaths. Part 3's not going to pull any punches. I grabbed the King Gold and those Yakuza on the way out. The Yakuza are hurt pretty bad, but they'll survive. You were worried for nothing. Feel like them don't die easily. That goes for the other Tamamo as well. I seriously doubt that's the last we'll see of her. Tenacious monsters. If they all survived the parallel world, Tamamo probably did too. But we still managed to drive her and Lilith off. We won! The war's over! Yes, negotiations for peace can now begin. We'll leave that up to the kings and queens. So this is as much as we can do. Of course, we can't expect a banquet, yes? After the peace conference, a grand banquet will probably be held. The heroes who saved our countries will certainly be invited. And thus, the war with Grangold was over. With the one pulling the strings out of the picture, King Gold and his citizens regained their sanity. Just like Queen Sarah, the King of Grangold was being manipulated by a powerful monster. Now that he's back to normal, the Great War is over. The news spreads like wildfire across the world. Everyone that the war affected celebrates the arrival of peace. Several days later, Victory Feast. And with this, the terms of the peace treaty are agreed upon. Now, let's celebrate the long-awaited peace with a banquet. Please forgive the meager offerings, but so soon after the war, there are still many people suffering. She thinks this is meager? Never in a million years would our village see a feast like this. What a treat! There's so much food! Also, an unprecedented development, the King of Grangold himself is in attendance. Even I wasn't sure if I would attend until the last moment. After all, I was the one you fine folks were crossing swords with not long ago. Many soldiers and citizens of this country have lost their lives because of me. Some due to my orders, and others by my hand personally. I decided to attend tonight to express the desire for my country to walk hand in hand with yours. I know many of you here likely still harbor resentment, but I have hope that we will be able to work past our issues in the coming years. Thank you. I have a few words to add myself. This great war was orchestrated from the beginning by the Monster Lord. King Gold and Queen Sarah were being controlled, and one of the Monster Lord's subordinates infiltrated Grand Nod. I've shrewdly infiltrated this banquet as well. Shrewdly, more like shamelessly. We are all victims in this war. Your hate should be directed at the Monster Lord, not at King Gold, who is not responsible for what happened. I sincerely hope we can all agree on that point. Anyway, I think I've gone on long enough. I will turn things over to the brave young man who brought an end to this war. Hero Luca, if you wouldn't mind. Eh? Me? Thank everyone, pay respects to the fallen, declare the world to be yours. How about pay respects to the fallen? Many lost their lives in the course of the war. To each of them, may you rest in peace. I pray the victims find happiness in the next world, and for those who survived, may we find the strength to carry on. How about thank everyone? I want to thank everyone who helped us along the way. You have served me exceptionally well. On this rare occasion, I offer you my thanks. Declare the world is mine! The world is mine! Your rigorous bow can be hard on the mind. Hopefully this banquet will aid in your swift recovery. From the bottom of my heart, thank you all for your efforts. Now eat, drink, and be merry! What's this book here? Nothing? Alright. Let me answer before you even ask. Yes, as you can tell, I'm back. Mama was able to use her power to restore my sanity, but the alterations to my physical body are apparently permanent. Shall I teach you some transformation magic? At least then you could disguise your outward appearance. I may take you up on that. After all, I can't even show myself in my own country looking like this. Anyway, I know I caused you a lot of grief, Luca. Please allow me to make up for my mistakes in some way. Having said that, it's a bit awkward to ask, but I was wondering if you'd do me a small favor. Of course, I'd make it worth your while. We've got a lot on our plates today, so I will get in touch with you again at a later date. With the war over, my job is done. It's quite a weight off my shoulders. What are you going to do now, Mephisto? You successfully carried out the Monster Lord's order to aid Grand Noah, right? That doesn't change anything. I'm going to continue supporting this country. Because of your original orders, or because that's what you want to do? I want to obey the Monster Lord's orders. Does that Let me try that again. I want to obey the Monster Lord's orders. Does that answer satisfy you? Not really, no. Doesn't stop you from being a backstabbing bitch. Even in heaven, we never have feasts like this. Perhaps next time I'll have the angelic chef's cook. But this isn't the time for idle chatter. How could a Tamamo from a parallel world slip into this one? I dare say she came from the same world as the Lilith sisters, and the whole lot of them are conspiring with the Monster Lord. I'm at a loss as to what their plans are, but they're undoubtedly up to no good. Well, if you consider killing everyone in order to save their souls up to no good, then yeah, they're up to no good. You have to stop them no matter what it takes. What if they were the ones who placed the Six Ancestors' Great Seal on me? You still can't remember who did it? It's not a simple matter of forgetting. The information was physically lost when my body was shrunk. My memory from 30 years ago, everything before the Great Disaster, is almost entirely intact. After that, nothing. I remember someone placing the Six Ancestors' Great Seal on me, but who and why are lost to me. Well, don't worry about it. Hopefully we'll find the answer on our travels. You're right. I'm sure this adventure will unravel the mystery surrounding my predicament. For now, let's enjoy the food. Oh, it certainly does. It was Black Alice who placed the seal. Well, technically Promised who placed the seal on you. And you were eaten by Black Alice, and Luca saved you, then Luca defeated you, and it was a whole thing at the end of the original trilogy. Promised is reviewing her notes while eating. Promised, that's kind of rude, you know? Sorry, I've never been good with parties. In heaven, I've read books alone and spoiled the mood at banquets. I suppose all those rowdy angels are dead now, though. It kind of makes me want to believe in divine punishment. They're not dead, or at least a good portion of them aren't. So yeah, can you leave me alone? Your stare is colder than ice. I've never seen so much delicious food. It makes me wish I had multiple heads too. I started helping out the reconstruction effort yesterday. I better eat up so I could get. Let me try that again. I started helping out the reconstruction effort yesterday. I better eat up so I can work hard. Ah, such wonderful cuisine. I wish my husband were here to taste it too. I'll have to replicate the full course at the next forget I said anything. Can you bring me some containers? I want to take all this food back with me. I definitely want as much of this fruit as I can carry. Hey, they aren't going to ask me to pay for the food after, are they, right? I hope I don't know, Blacker. Huh? Why does it feel like everyone's giving me weird looks? Have you never been poor before? Bunch of aristocratic stooges. You wouldn't happen to prefer older women, would you? No reason for asking, only curious. Just talking to myself here, but our country's queen is a prime marriageable age. You know that's never happening. Quiet, you. I digress, but in legends, heroes typically take royal wives. Why, even the hero Heinrich himself took a royal wife for a little bit there. So that's as a queen too. But you've heard the rumors about how much of a temptress she is. She's not exactly bride material for a hero. I'm suddenly in the mood to dance. Would you serve me that man's head on a platter? She has the hearing of a monster! Well, she is a monster. Bravely fought, Luca. I'm proud of you. Those injuries look serious. Are you gonna be okay, Merlin? I thought I was a dead man. If Momo hadn't come to our rescue, I would have been. They all looked like villains, so I wasn't sure whom I was supposed to beat up. I can't tell that, though. Listen up, Luca. Even when the situation looks bleak, choosing to sacrifice yourself is never the answer. Resist the temptation to throw away your life. Survive, even if it puts you through hell. A man should always be thinking about how to make it home alive. He was seriously dying to say that. Hop, hop, delicious! This more than makes up for getting locked up. Hey, nice job. Don't get involved in shit like this again, though. Is it okay for you to be moving around with your injuries, Uncle Lazarus? I ain't dying from these. I do need calories to help my body heal, so let me eat. So about you being the dawn of the underworld, I decide I won't bother you about, but Sonia's still super pissed. Maybe I should apologize while I'm still injured. It's hard to get mad at a cripple. You're just putting off the inevitable, Lazarus. Sonia's mad at you too, Merlin. Apologizing while we're injured sounds like a good plan. A hero's betrothed should certainly be a woman from an ancient royal family. Oh, and it so happens that Tsubasa has a queen of just the right age. Granoa has a royal woman as well, you know. However, when you consider their ages, she's not exactly a suitable partner for the hero. Off with his head! She has the hearing of a monster! She, on the other hand, is purely human. So, those companions of yours, good gracious, talk about a lot to choose from. Yeah. Lucas certainly got his options. I was invited as a state guest as Queen of the Ant Girls. I also received an apology for them being used as soldiers. Seeing as how the king himself was being manipulated, the apology was sufficient, and I'd like to put the whole affair behind me. After a huge sum of reparations, of course. That said, I owe you a large debt. It was only thanks to your efforts that I was freed. I'm busy wrapping up food at the moment, but I'll be sure to reward you soon. How am I wrapping up food? To bring home and feed my girls. The King of Grand Gold was being controlled just like I was, but he has a lot more weight on his conscience. I'll never forgive the Little Sisters or the Monster Lord for what they've done. I'll get my revenge for my father, too. Well, it's exhausting to be serious all the time. I need to line up and enjoy a banquet like this every once in a while. To think the King of Grand Gold would become something not entirely human too. I wonder if Queen Sarah is next. Late for that. Quite the sense of humor you have. Is this really a laughing matter? Here, Luca, you really pulled it off. Words cannot express my thanks for your deeds. However, our battles are by no means over. We may have thwarted the Monster Lord's plans, but we did not defeat her. Our 4 countries are united in fighting against the Monster Lord. When the time comes, I hope we can count on your support again. That said, please enjoy tonight's feast. If you don't rest when you get the opportunity, you'll eventually run out of steam. Delicious! This is the best food I've ever had! Though, if I keep eating, I might become too heavy to fly. Oh well, that'll be worth it. Salamander is the only one of us 4 spirits missing out on this feast. I'll make sure to rub it in when we meet her. We did it, Luca! We're awesome, aren't we? Yeah, we couldn't have done it without you. Nero, Neri, Santa Mama were nuts there at the end, though. There really wasn't any place for us in a battle of that magnitude. Yeah, they were crazy strong. I guess because they're all from another world? Well, it's not right that all these weirdos are pouring into our world. We need to send them packing back to theirs. Yeah, you have more than enough reason to say that, don't you, Sonia? Agreed. They're sure making a mess of things here. Mama just took over an entire country like it was nothing. So now's the time to stuff our faces and put on some muscle! Increase our power to take on stronger enemies! I think that'll just make you fat. Well, she's already kind of chubby, but even I know better than to say that out loud. Hey! Whoa, I didn't say anything! I knew what you were thinking. It felt like telepathy or something. So yeah, are you getting enough sleep? I think it's because you're both linked by chaos. Sonia being an apoptosis and Luca being the father of chaos. Anyway. And for the record, Luca, she's not fat, she's thick. There's a difference. Ah, this is where Naruka would be, I imagine, but we don't have her in the Ilias route. I can return home! Glory! Everyone in Yamatai Village can brag about me too! This place is so bright. For one who lives in the shadows such as myself, it's too... Armies scare me! Hild loves delicious cuisine. Food processor, full power. Why do I have this function? There's so much about my body I do not understand. Much, much delicious! Oh, it's you. Change your mind about working for me? I'll pass. By the way, I was just talking with Tamamo and Elma. Apparently they aren't serving my mother anymore. I have no idea what my mother is up to, but I'm going to crush her treachery. Just don't get caught again. Getting caught was just part of my strategy! The decisive bow came at just the worst time. I can't believe I was locked up for the whole thing. Oh well, at least Morgan and Astaroth weren't able to be there. That was a worthy trade for me being captured. What are you going to do now? If it's alright with you, I'd love to have you in my party. I can't accept. I plan to pursue the little sisters. I'll hunt them down to the ends of the earth to get payback. So I'm going to keep working alone for a while longer. Aw, too bad. I thoroughly embarrassed myself at the Fox Shrine. Well, I think getting you out of that jam made up for it. Never in a million years did I think I'd come face to face with myself from another world, though. She was as cruel as I was during the Great Monster Wars. I'm as gentle as a feather now by comparison. But I remember those days. What are you going to do now? If it's alright with you, I'd love to have you in my party. My apologies, but I intend to chase down the other version of me. If left alone, who knows how much damage she could inflict on this world. Thus, I may end up gone for a long while. May we both find success. I said some bad things about Tamamo to join this party, and now she's sitting right behind me. Awkward! I can't believe I got invited to this event. I'm so glad I joined the Navy. So good! Much, much, much. Everyone, please eat with proper table manners. I'm gonna eat until I burst! Seconds! This food's delicious! We should have banquets like this every day at our castle. We'd be broke by day 3. Noam is chewing our food in silence. You like the food, Noam? Noam nods her head up and down. Good. Good, good. Excellent. Excellent. For your excellent service, I salute you. May I share a personal story with you? Sure. My little brother was on the front lines, but he made it back safely. The war had dragged on any longer, though, so I can't thank you enough for putting an end to the war. For your excellent service, I salute you. Can I get your autograph? Sure. Alright. Return to your room. Much, much delicious. See, it was all worth the effort, Alice. Yep, this is so good. I didn't take care of the root cause, though. What was the monster lord your mother planning? Much, much. I've been racking my brain so long trying to find an answer that I finally decided to stop worrying about it. We're still missing so many of the facts. I'd like to try to solve a puzzle. It's like trying to solve a puzzle missing pieces. So worrying about it is pointless. We need more information. All we can do is keep traveling. Oops, that was the plate. Maybe slow down and enjoy the food? You're right, though. Worrying about things doesn't help us any. There's still a ton more information to gather about Taurus and your father. If we're thorough in our search, we'll eventually unravel my mother's intentions. Then, if I don't agree with what they are, I'll kick her ass! I'm done being indecisive. So whatever happens, happens! Everything here is so delicious, even the plates! You clearly aren't worried about anything. Alright. It's a feast! So good! So delicious! So delicious! Huh? Why are you crying while you eat? You can't begin to imagine how hungry I was in that cell. I was desperate enough to grill little rats for food. It's a miracle I didn't eat my own wings or my companions. I went through hell in there. That does sound pretty terrible. Cute, cute. You like the food? Cute, cute. To be honest, I can't handle hot food. I had to cool this down to eat it. I wish all the fishy pirates could attend this feast, but at least bring some of this delicious food back for them. That's enough for one night, I guess. Alright, going back to your room? We never get chances to enjoy ourselves like this, so... You're worn out already? Just a bit longer. There's still so much food left to eat. Esteemed representatives of the world and party members of the hero, I apologize for interrupting your merriment. Who's there? To all those gathered here, I am the Monster Lord, Alphys the 15th. Alphys the 15th? Mother? No, it's just an illusion of her. Allow me to congratulate you humans on settling your quarrels with one another. However, I have come with news of greater import. Today, I formally declare war on all of humankind. This will be a war of total genocide. Not a single human will be spared. Declaration of war? Genocide? Have you lost your mind? I am perfectly sane. You instigated the great wars between humans, costing countless lives. Were they not enough to satisfy you? Not even close. The fires of war shall rage until humanity is wiped out. Why do you wish for the end of humanity? Do you want this world to be yours alone? There is no point explaining my reasons to humans. You need only know that this war shall bring about your end. There are many monsters living peacefully in human cities. Do you really want to break the bonds formed between them and humans? Any monster who allies herself with humanity shall be purified. What's your scheme, Alphys the 15th? Genocide humanity? As if I'd ever do that exact same thing. But that's my plan! You can't steal it! This is bullshit, Alphys the 15th! What the hell are you? That's all I came here to say. Enjoy the short amount of life you have left, humans. Oh, right there, Monster Lord. Damn, she disappeared. Mephisto, put the military on high alert. Notify our border outposts at once. I apologize, but I must return to my country immediately. I have to get our soldiers ready and lead them. I must return to Grand Gold, although we don't have much of a military to speak of right now. Yes, it would be best for us to strengthen our defenses first. After that, let's reconvene to discuss strategy. Luca, would you mind staying here at the palace? I'd like you to be available to move as soon as the Monster Lord's army begins its invasion. Sure thing! What now? How could this have happened? The damn Monster Lord! Just what is she? She's using Your plan, Ilias, as kind of a cover to reduce chaotization spreading while she carries out her own plan. Or more specifically, the Dark God's plan. Mother, what are you doing? With the Monster Lord's declaration of war, the happiness of the previous victory is shattered. The rulers of various countries each teleport back to their lands. Luca waits at Grand Noah Palace and prepares for battle. The next day, now only a single day has passed, but none of our countries have seen signs of the Monster Lord's army. I expected a full-scale invasion along with the declaration of war, so why haven't they made a move yet? Our military theory says to invade at the same time as your declaration of war, so why aren't they making their move? And now I request that you wait here. I can't make you stay indefinitely. Our objective is to investigate Taurus and find Marcellus, but naturally, you cannot let the Monster Lord do as she pleases. As you know, the Taurus Rift in my kingdom is in the middle of a lake, making it hard to enter without extraordinary measures. From what you told me, the continued existence of our world could depend on it, so I'll see what I can do about finding a way in. May your efforts bear fruit! The King of Grangold had a request for you, did he not? Apparently there has been some unusual activity from powerful monsters in his territory. Unusual activity? That could be related to the Monster Lord's invasion, maybe? Understood. We shall head to Grangold Palace. We need to revisit the area anyway. There's the Taurus Rift on the western edge of the Gold region after all, not to mention the contracts with Salamander. Mephisto, please continue traveling with Luca. If anything notable happens here, I'll contact you at once. Very well, Your Majesty. I'll support the hero's party and act as your liaison. Okay then. Our next destination is Grand Gold Palace. Let's go ask the king about that request. Alright, but before we get back to Grand Gold, now that the war is over, we can actually go and talk to a lot of different people and they have new things to say. Alright. So, first bit of thing we can do is we can come up here and talk to the people in this room. Many of us have entrusted our hopes to hero Luca. Some are even heralding him as the second coming of Heinrich. Well, you're not too far off. Seems it was true that he contributed greatly in ending the war with Grangold, too. A hero come to save us in the darkest of times. Perhaps there was something to all those old myths and legends after all. Sebastian's former king was an excellent at the art of war. His strength was all that held the front lines against Grangold's inhuman army. But the king died in an accident when returning to Sabasa. They say he died from a fall, but that sounds shady. Sabasa's king can't be dead. I'm sure he's still alive somewhere. Some still can't accept the Sabasa king's death. He was truly a great man. I pray that the four great powers may rally together against the Monster Lord's army. Unless all of humanity joins forces, we simply don't stand a chance. The church nation Sanity is currently at a crossroads. How does fate come into terms with the advance of a magic revolution? The fact that Ludite village was destroyed by monsters does not change this. In this turbulent world, religion itself is being questioned. I knew it. The Monster Lord was behind the war all along. I'm so sharp I scare myself. Oh dear, if I speak too much, I may be targeted by her, too. Phew, that's too close. I can't believe the King of Grangold was being manipulated by the Monster Lord. Seems she was behind everything all along. And now a new war is starting. One between the Monster Lord and us humans. No doubt it'll be a fierce battle. I know that the King of Grangle is being controlled, but are the rumors true? That he is now something more than human? Being in the military, I've seen his inhuman power for myself. I wonder what's going on. He is indeed more than human now. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I guess we just head to Grangold now.